One Flex Nuts here out of 14600, the melee guy. Alright, I wanted to bring to you some Triangle War content. I've got some tips and tricks up my sleeve I've learned, and I also wanted to show you some battle reports, what melee can do inside Triangle Wars. Just to start, we're currently, actually I'm going to go ahead and turn my volume off because I forget to do this every single video, it seems like. So there we go. So to kick it off, we're going to go and show our current placement. And look at that, we're at the top. But here's the deal. In X3, 6,259,000,000 battle power. It's nice. It's nice. It's real nice. AOD, why not? You know, 5 billion battle power. You know, it's great. And then they shove us right in here in the middle with this measly 3,600,000,000 battle power. We did good getting into this round here, but we are now about to be passed around like some type of sex trafficking ring. It's not going to feel good for us, and 99% positive they're going to be tag teaming us right out the gates. We're just going to be limping for the next few days after this, but it's expected. These guys don't mess around. AOD and NX3, two of the strongest alliances in the entire game. It's humbling to actually be in cahoots with these two. But that being said, we're going to take a look at a few of my battle reports. I wish I would have recorded this live. I didn't. But what I can do, thank goodness, Camel wised up and it was allowing event reports to come into the battle report feed. So that's good. So we're going to start towards the bottom here. And this is right before we got matched up. So we fought CAD and RPS. No, that's not right. We fought RPS and FYS or FYC. Fuck you, Camel is what it is. So I can say that out loud because that's their name. So we're gonna scroll down here. See where we start. All right. Yep. D11. Here we go. Actually, that's not the start, is it? What's going on here? This is kind of confusing. I don't know why it's okay, let's just take a look at it. All right, so I'm at a 2-kill streak here. There's my stats. I'm gonna show it once, and we're gonna go through and look at everyone else's stats. And we're going to go through some video replays, and I'm going to do it ×2 because there's quite a lot of them. Alright. That was 11. Okay, attack on Stronghold D4. Let's take a look here. Now, here's the tip and trick I really want to share the most. This ability is probably the best ability in the game. You know, clearly the gold items are great, but this one right here, if you attack with this ability, you heal 3.5% if you win of your total troop count. So I'm going to go back to that other video real quick and let you just see. Here's the D11. I came in with 454,000 units. Alright. Next battle report from D11 is D4. I am now up to 468,000 units. I actually healed up by attacking someone with less troop count. 924 long range. So if you do this correctly, you set it up to where you have another teammate or whatever clear their front line, and you can use your stronger players to go in and heal up by just simply wrecking them real quick and just getting that 3.5% overall heal. It's gorgeous. So that was D4 actually. Let's do D10. I'm at 481, so I healed up even more just from that last battle. I'm now up 15,000 BP, give or take. 885 long range, melee HP 547. Now, mind you, these alliances, FYC and RSP, they are strong alliances. They're really strong. So keep that in mind moving forward. They're about neck and neck with Triple O, and they're nothing to frown upon. They are strong. So FYC, they're one of the beginning nations. Here you go. We have an 808 long range. Now, as you can see here, I didn't use my heal, and it shows on this following report. And this is going to be FYC Face Roller. All right. And that was, what was that, D12? Yeah, it was D12. Okay, so let's move on to D13. I'm on a 7 streak here. 911. Now, as you can see, I dropped down pretty good size amount of total units because I didn't use my fight for power attack. Now, I understand these things cost 100 tickets each. I get that, but if you are in it for the long haul, in terms of trying to push your way through, because Triangle Wars, I mean, you're fighting 200 enemy players. It's not the same as preparing for Duel of Dominance. You have to think way further ahead. This chess game just got, the board just got a lot bigger. All right. Now we're going to go to G8. 8 kill streak here. 820 long range. And now I'm at 428. Alright, G8 successful. Let's move on to G5. 9 kill streak. This one wasn't anything super impressive because, you know, the low fleet. I'm just kind of finishing up. The whole point I'm finishing up here is so I can heal. So I requested this target myself so I can get a guaranteed healing boost. So I'm just going to go in, smack them real quick. And I want you to take note, it was 429,000 battle units, or a fleet size, prior to this fight. And my Aeon just popped at the end of it. So let's take a look here. I'm sorry, 420,000. So and that was Stronghold G5. All right, so now we're going to go to actually I'm going to grab these two in just a moment, but we're going to look at Stronghold E12. Well, this is probably not a good jump here because I actually ended up having to fight this guy for real. H Boogie, he's no joke. He's a strong cat. 1,327.8 long range, melee HP 1,077, and he's shielded. And the only way I could beat this guy in order to keep us moving forward, because none of our other heavies were on for a couple hours, so I got impatient. I ended up actually just grabbing the Energy Storm attack, which this right here silences all enemy troops and kills 2% of troops. Damage effects ignore absolute defense every second for 18 seconds. Alright, so right out the gate, you know, 2% is done. They're gone. But the beauty of it is, this 18 seconds, it outlasts the shielding of absolute defense for 14 seconds. So you have a 4-second overlay when their buff dissipates. So we're gonna watch the video here. I was actually nervous about this. I was gonna be embarrassed if I spent $100 and and lost to him. But as you can see, nothing's really happening right now. But here in a second, there's gonna be a 4-second overlay. As soon as these shields drop, you'll see it. Now I have 4 more seconds of silence on them. So that 4 seconds seem to go incredibly quick, actually. But anyway, moving forward, and now I'm able to get to his back line. And that's what I really needed to do. I needed to bust those shields and get to the back line. And once I'm in the back line as a melee user, I'm able to just walk right through them. but it's just a matter of getting there. All right. So, that one actually stung a good bit, so that put me down. But before we go any further, I'm going to go back to these defenses. RPS Pajot 864, and this is me on the defending side, right? They're attacking our station on Triangle Wars. So we're going to watch this video. And again, it's very, very smart to have Aeon on each of these. You have 2 days in between your attack phase for Aeon to debuff, and you can use it again for attack. But your initial setting defense, you need to have the strongest fleet buffed possible and lock it in. Because once it's locked in, you're good. Alright, so let's look at the following one. Wild Monkey. Wild Monkey. Wild Monkey. Alright, here we go. 853.9. Ooh, well, man, he must be an old school player. He's got that higher long range HP. It's not very smart, but you know, it is what it is. See, as a full melee user, using Aeon, it's almost like I'm using that gold shield every single time. Because Aeon only buffs the front line, but I'm all front line, so I'm using a gold shield every turn. And for free. Alright, so we're going to go to B4. And okay, so this is following my hit against H Boogie. That's the one that really hurt me, but it had to be done. So following that hit, we're going to go to B13. Alright, I'm on a 12 kill streak here. Alright. 902 long range, 644 melee HP. As you can see, I'm just trying to heal up at this point. And boom, now my Aeon finally dropped, and they're done. By the time they drop, I take minimal loss. And if you take note here, 316,000 troop units, and that is B13. Let's move on to B10. B10. Now I'm at 331,000. Alright, let's take a look at the stats. 869, 449 melee. Now, the thing that differs most with Triangle War and Duel of Dominance is your zombies. They're not repopulating. Once they're gone, they're gone. And I don't know. I'm not 100% positive if they repopulate in Duel of Dominance or not. I don't think. I mean, I think they do after each fight, but I could be getting that mixed up with Medici. Medici, they repopulate every single time. So that's another video we can do later on. But all right, that was B13. Now we're moving on to B10. We're at a 13 kill streak. Wait, is that the one we just watched? Yeah, that's the one we just watched. I'm sorry. Alright, now B11. Okay, so this is a great healing spot for me. I'm attacking someone with only 96,000 units. I'm at 338,000 troops. Using this ability, you'll see the after effect. But let's take a look at the stats real quick. 832, 493. Alright. I'm able to just pop him real quick and just get out of here. And that's a solid 3.5% heal with no losses. So, alright. 338, and this is B11. Now we're going to take a look here. We're going to move to attack on Stronghold E1. And I'm going to bounce back to these others in just a moment. E1. So, now, 331, I healed up to 355. Just from that easy kill, right? And he's at 963 long range, 676 melee HP. And what I'm about to show you is probably one of my favorite videos. I guess it's a series of 3 clips. And the reason it's one of my favorites, I'll get into that in just a second. It's pretty gorgeous. Alright, so, and that was on E1, right? Yep, E1. So that's when we healed up from 331 to 355 fleet. So we're going to go back down here a little bit, though. FYC attacked me. You can see here these 3 hits by Cacman. Alright. Cacman hit me right out of the gates here. And he's pretty well buffed. Looks pretty good. Increases the troop attack speed by 40%, total HP by 40%. He came in hard. Let's take a look at his stats. 1,385% long range. Melee HP is 962.3. That's a good city. Strong city. He lost. Granted, he only had 294,000 troops, but he lost. Let's watch this video. Alright, so that's solid defense. We hung in there. And here's where it gets really interesting. If you notice, well, he's back again. He used a $100 item called Revive Coin. And Revive Coin completely resets your fleet. Right? You're back in the action. But it costs $100 and you get 290 tickets from it. In my opinion, unless it is, knuckle to knuckle, it's not worth that amount of money for that little return on the tickets. But with that being said, he did come back and he did beat me. Same guy. Now granted, I took 46,000 troops from him. I'm dropping down a little bit. Now, this is also on defense. Alright, it's not the attacking side. The attacking side and defense are 2 different things. Alright, but that being said, he probably cleared a couple other players on the board, but then he didn't realize that I had a mirror fleet sitting right next to my main fleet. And here you can see him back again on my mirror fleet. So, well, whoever he fought, and dropped him down a couple 100,000 troops, and then he realized, well, shit, there's Flex Nuts again. There's his mirror fleet. Same guy, 3rd fight against him. And he comes in. Poor guy. That was $100 wasted, and he just gets thrown to the wolves here against a mirror fleet, and wasted $100. But he's a strong fighter. Unfortunately, just wasn't able to push through. That's the first time I've ever seen that. Fighting the same guy 3 times in one event like this. But that being said, we're going to move on. Alright, so to recap, we're at 355,000. We beat this city, and we're moving on to E9 Stronghold. E9. So I lost 2,000 troops from that last battle. 785 long range, 565 melee. Again, I am using Fight for Power. Alright, and that was Stronghold E9. Now we're going to move on to E11. I'm on a 17 kill streak here. I'm at 361,000, so I healed up about 10,000 total units from that last fight by using Fight for Power. We have an 874 long range attacker, 591 melee. Alright, that's E11. We're moving to E4. Now I healed up another 10,000 total units. You see the beauty of this ability? It's crazy good. However, as you can see here, this next fight after this is going to hurt because I did lose 1,259,000 BP. But let's take a look at his stats real quick. It's 1,173% long range attacker with 1,000 melee HP. That's a strong guy. This is a good city. This wasn't good enough, I guess. Mr. Diamond, FYC. Like I said, you know, we get held up right here in the beginning against the melee, the enemy's melee, and yeah, it's to be expected. But as I've said over and over again, once you break that front line, get to the back line, they just melt. They just melt. All right, and that is Stronghold E4. Moving on, we're gonna look at Stronghold E8 now. So, just to recap, that 1 million from E4, I was at 372,000 troop fleet size, and moving to E8, I'm at 299,000. So I took a good little hit there. It is what it is. And I'm at a 19 kill streak. Still using the same ability over and over. 813 long range, melee 612. I don't know why those shredders got really quick right there. They seem to be sluggish everywhere else, but that thing took off to that Titan. Alright, that was Stronghold E8. Now we're moving up to Stronghold D4. I am at 309,000 troop fleet now. Fighting a 912 LRA user. Oof, there's an old school fighter. What is going on here? Hold on, 912 LRA, mid-range 636. He's as off the wall as I am. I've never... Okay, you know what? Good for him. Good for him. Alright. Uma EX. Alright, let's watch the video. He's just full on attack. He has no HP whatsoever. That right there is a build I would never recommend. But people also would never recommend the build that I'm using. Alright, so that's D4. Moving on to D7. I'm at 290,000. So I dropped a little there. Alright, and they are using damage reflection. So this, I'm biting myself in the tail here a little bit. But in the first 10 seconds after the battle starts, defense troops reflect 50% of damage taken. My guys are so slow. This right here wears off quickly, so this doesn't really affect me as much. Not much. 699 LRA, melee HP 356, long range HP 433. Interesting. Alright. So we're at 6 seconds. And now that buff drops. So I don't really have a lot of damage reflected back at me because I'm just doing shielders under Aeon. So this is why I'm able to keep busting through shields over and over and over. Alright, so D7. Moving on to D2. 22 kill streak. I'm at 284,000 total units. Here you have a fortify overall defense. Increase the damage dealt by troops by 20% and reduce their damage taken by 20%. There's no timer on this one. It's not a bad buff. And it's cheap. Actually, I didn't look at his stats. Let's look at his stats. Piroko. 751 LRA. Melee 554. Alright. And that is D2. Moving on. D5. I'm at 23 kill streak. I'm down at 272 total units. I'm hanging in there though. I'm by a thread, but I'm hanging in there. 704 LRA. Alright, and he had, again, the damage reflection. This is a great item to use if you're fighting anyone that can dish a lot of like LRA and MRA damage, but it's just not effective against, well, the 0.1% players like me who's full melee. Oh, crap. And that was D2, right? No, that was D5. Yep, D5. Okay, moving on. Now, attack on Stronghold D10 failed. This is where I finally ended my streak here. And H Cookie Lilac, another very strong player, but this is a mirror fleet. And I came in. We were out of scouts, so I didn't know what was under the hood. So I just did a full send. But with that being said, total units on his side 551 against my 265. He didn't kill me, but I took 161,000 of his units and brought him down to 390. If you look at the stats here, it's a mid-range user, 1310 MRA, mid-range 1072 HP, 665 melee HP. Very strong city. But he had my name. He took me out. Fortunately, I was able to push through, and Buddy Fire Rain was able to kill him in like 3 hits because I took out all of his front line. And yeah, he was just kind of left with little to nothing, just his rockets and bikes. And with Aeon gone, because Frontline's gone, Fire Rain was just able to walk in and just pew pew, and he's done. But I did my job. You know, I came through with a total of, what was it, 23 kill streak. I was able to push through, take out quite a few people, and get us into #1 seat. But let's go. Keep going here. Attack on Stronghold. That's the one we just looked at. Defense, success, FYC, scat. All right, scat tried hitting me. He tried hitting my mirror fleet. All right. Scat is 7 and 4 long range, melee 363. I'm down to 254,000 units. Let's watch the video. Yeah, I'm out of zombies and everything. $40,000 cannons at the end against, what was that, 14,000 treaders? Shout out to everyone who says melee is not a good build, full melee. I don't know. All these high-end players that just got walked through would probably state otherwise. And finally, here we go. I got rolled here. I got 75,000 units against 298,000. I took out 118,000 of them. Well, this is my mirror fleet. And mirror fleet mirroring troops are equal to the total attack and total HP of defense troops reduced by 33%. So it's 33% less compatible than my main fleet, but as you can see, I was a stick in the spokes for him nonetheless. 700 long range, 397 melee HP. Let's watch that video. 7.5k shredders left. And these 7.5K shredders, you know, there goes this front line. I don't know if that's what got his zombies or not. Let's see. And there goes the zombies. Alright, so whoever he gets ready to attack next, all he's got is the back line. He's done. Them shredders be shredding. Alright, that's what all I got here. I just want to bring, like I said, a couple tips and tricks. The ability I was using the whole time for each fight for power. Do this ability when you know the other enemy has low fleet size and you need to heal up, because like if you watch this whole video, you can already tell how beneficial it is. I mean, I jumped, I think the most was about 20,000 fleet size healing up. It's just a great item, and it's, you know, it's not necessarily cheap, but it keeps you in the game, and you can take out a hell of a lot more people than just using a revive coin, which costs $100, and you only get 290 tickets. And here, I'm gonna go in and show you exactly what I mean by that. Absolute defense, or revival coin. Well, this doesn't give the layout just quite well. This does, though. Alright, this revival coin, as you can see here at the top, 290 tickets is what it gives for $100. What I would recommend doing instead is buying these $10 packs for 110 tickets each, and it's so much more beneficial to strategize and use that item for where are we at here? Fight for power. Costs 100 tickets each, and just heal up and just stay alive the entire time, and use your attacks on someone who's really low on their troop size, because it doesn't matter if they have 2 troops or what, you still heal 3.5% of your total fleet. So if you're smart and you got a good Triangle Ward leader, they'll be able to incorporate you in if you're willing to do that, and in the end it's just a lot cheaper and a lot more effective. And you get more benefit from these tickets that go towards your dock. And the dock is similar to badges in a sense that you come over here, you can unlock different attributes. Now it's not as flashy and fancy as your badges. You know, you can't just see it and like to show the whole world, but it doesn't matter. It helps your stats greatly. But other than that, that's all I've got. I just wanted to bring this video to you. I hope it helps. If it doesn't, I'm sorry. But if you do have any questions or concerns about the content you've seen thus far, feel free to message me either on YouTube, Discord. I try my best to respond as quickly as possible. Sometimes I'm delayed depending on what's going on, but I'll be happy to assist in any way possible. Thank you all for watching.